I'm Sarah from Jimmy Beans Wool, and today we're going to go over how to knit. So you have gotten started, you are totally ready to become a knitter and you want to figure out how to do it. So the first stitch you need to learn is the knit stitch. And today I'm working with Cascade Superwash Merino yarn and Jimmy Beans Wool Smart Sticks in a size US 7, which is the recommended needle size for this yarn. To get started, I have cast on 10 stitches using the long tail cast on method, and we have a video linked in the top right corner of your screen if you want to learn how to do that. So the first thing I need to do when I am knitting is I'm going to make sure I have my yarn on the right hand side of me, which is going to make it easier because I'm going to knit right-handed or English style. The next thing I'm going to do is pull up a little bit of slack, and I'm going to put that yarn around my hand. And what this does is it tensions the yarn. So I can control with my fingers how tight that yarn is being pulled either from the ball or onto my knitting. So I'm gonna duck my pinky under and just flip my hand and put my pointer finger underneath. So you can see I'm ducking my pinky and flipping my hand with my pointer finger underneath, and that gives me really good control of the yarn. I want to make sure that when I do knit, I'm knitting with the yarn that's attached to the ball, not this tail that I have from casting on. So just make sure that you're grabbing the correct strand of yarn. Okay, so to do the knit stitch, the first thing you're going to do is insert the tip of your needle from left to right through and behind that stitch. So let me do that again. This is the first stitch we're working. I'm going to insert my needle through and behind to make a little X with my needles. Then I'm going to take this yarn on the right and I'm going to wrap it counterclockwise around the tip of the needle that was in my right hand. So let me undo that. I'm going to go counterclockwise just around the needle that's on the back. So you can see I've got a little loop of yarn right in there. Now I'm going to take the tip of this needle and I'm going to pull it through back to the front, making sure to grab the yarn we just looped, loop, and I'm going to pull this stitch that we just worked off of your left hand needle. So I've transferred one to the other. And that's a knit stitch. Let's do it again. You go through the stitch from left to right, wrap your working yarn counterclockwise, and then pull it through, up, and off. Into the stitch from left to right, around counterclockwise, through, and off. So I'll just do that a few times until I've reached the end of my row. You can see I'm using the yarn in my right hand. I'm keeping it fairly taut but not tight, and that's what's controlling how tight my stitches are on the needle. When you come to the end, you just knit it normally, and then you have a full needle. The next thing you need to do is turn your work and just flip it right over. And now you're ready to start knitting back the other direction. So I'm gonna insert from left to right, wrap counterclockwise, and go. And that, my friends, is how you do the knit stitch.
Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing because we have a lot more yarn reviews, tutorials, and other fiber fun like that. Happy crafting!